Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a good day. And we are officially in reveal season where all the picks of the January sets are being revealed. So I thought it'd be fun to check out some of the new sets releasing next year. Starting off with the Marvel ones. I'll probably make one or two a day based on these themes because I don't want to spam you guys with hundreds of videos. We'll start off with the cheapest sets, which are the mechs. The first mech we have is the Iron Man mech versus Ultron. The set contains 101 pieces and should retail for about $14.99 or £12.99. Now usually I'm not a big fan of the Marvel mechs, but this year I actually quite like them. I think that's to do with the inclusion of a second minifigure, which this year's selection is really great. So the Iron Man mech itself, it's nothing special. I think it's an okay design, and Iron Man does suit having a mech. But the massive standout is definitely the new Ultron minifigure. So this is our first time ever getting a comic book Ultron, and he looks amazing. The torso and leg printing look great, and the face print is perfect. It also looks like they've reintroduced the old Ultron mold there with the mouthpiece. I'm really excited to add a comic Ultron to my collection. And the Iron Man figure also looks really great. It's a new helmet print. So yeah, the mech itself is decent and you get two great minifigures, especially the Ultron. Our next set is the Spider-Man mech versus Anti-venom. This set contains 107 pieces and should also retail for $14.99 or £12.99. So I don't like the Spider-Man mech as much as I like the Iron Man mech. And I think that's partially because Spider-Man doesn't really suit having a mech. And this mech, the logo design is based on the Insomniac Spider-Man, but unfortunately the minifigure is just the standard comic book one, so that's a really annoying tease by LEGO there. Hopefully it does mean we'll see one in the future, because it's a really cool Spider-Man design. So the big selling point of this set is once again the minifigures, primarily the Anti-venom, which is the first time ever getting Anti-venom in LEGO form, and he looks absolutely fantastic. The face print is amazing, and the torso print is really nice. It's definitely one of the coolest symbiote designs they've done, and it's nice to get a symbiote which isn't Venom or Carnage. So yeah, a decent set, and I think I'll just be buying it for Anti-venom himself. Up next, we have Spider-Man versus Venom Muscle Car, which is like the most stereotypical superhero name of all time, because why does Venom need a muscle car? So this set contains 254 pieces and should retail for $29.99 or £24.99. So the muscle car itself, I think is actually quite a nice design. It just doesn't make much sense for Venom to have it. But I'm sure it'll be popular among kids and a younger audience, so I'm not too annoyed about it. And for minifigures, we get a repeat of Venom and Spider-Man, but we do get our first Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, which is really nice to see, and she's a great minifigure. But the set itself is nothing interesting for me. The car design is okay, but again, I'm not really excited about the fact of getting a Venom car. So it's an okay set, but not personally for me. Up next, we have Miles Morales versus The Spot. So this is based on Across the Spider-Verse, and it's really cool to see sets based on this movie. So this set contains 375 pieces, and it should be $49.99, and the UK price is currently unknown. So this is based on the opening of the movie where Spider-Man first encounters Spot. And the deli design is quite nice. It looks really good from the exterior, but the interior is tiny. And it looks to be about 4 studs long, so it's very cramped in there. And the police car itself I think looks pretty decent, but I do wish the build was a little bit bigger. And for minifigures we get Miles Morales, who looks pretty good. The torso print I think is a little bit too blue, but the Spider-Man logo looks amazing. And he does have a second face which looks great. We also get Spider-Gwen, who looks pretty good, but nothing too special, and she does also have a second face. And then we get the Spot, who looks amazing. The face print, the torso print, and it even has leg printing, which is great to see. So pretty much a perfect minifigure. As well as I think Miles' dad looks really great. So overall, a really nice set, but I do think it's a little bit expensive. But it is nice to see sets based on this movie. Hopefully we do get more. And up next we have Captain America Civil War Battle. So this is another diorama set, of course based on the Civil War movie. It contains 736 pieces, and it should retail for $99.99 or £89.99. And this set is a big disappointment to me. When you see the set like this with all the minifigures posed and the Ant-Man and the Quinjet there, I think it looks pretty cool, but when you take them away, this is what you're left with, and this is so disappointing. The airport build is lacking so much detail and depth. To be honest with you, it just looks quite bad. The Ant-Man I think actually looks really nice. I never bought the one from the Quantumania movie, so it'd be nice to add this to my collection. As well as the small Quinjet I think looks really great. And it also looks like it would fit in Avengers Tower. So I may get a second one just to put in the tower for a more accurate Quinjet. So the side builds I think look really nice, but the airport is extremely disappointing. And then for minifigures, it's another disappointment unfortunately. We get Captain America, who is a reuse from his Age of Ultron sets, which means he has an inaccurate torso. And the changes between Age of Ultron and Civil War are pretty subtle, but for like $100 set, I feel like they could at least give him a new torso, which is more accurate. Then we get a new Iron Man who looks amazing. He's probably the best minifigure of this set. The torso and leg printing look great, as well as the mask printing. So a really great minifigure and all new. Then we get Spider-Man, who is reused from the Sanctum, and it's a pretty perfect minifigure, but unfortunately he doesn't have the leg printing from that set. So even though he looks amazing, he's still a bit of a downgrade. We then get Falcon, who's the same as from the tower, and he's once again another great minifigure, and I do believe he has a new wing design, so at least there was something unique about him. Then we get Scarlet Witch, who's I believe the one that was from the Endgame sets, which they've reused for like every Scarlet Witch now, which once again I found really disappointing. Because even though her outfits like caps are very similar, they are still different. And I think if you're going to be making different versions of the same character, you should at least give them a new print for their face, for their torso, for their legs, because it's really unfair to kind of sell the same minifigures over and over again and not even make them unique or accurate to the movies. And once again, the Black Widow is also reused, she just has a different hairpiece. Then we get Black Panther, who I think looks really nice. The face print and the torso look great. This is my favorite Black Panther outfit, so I'm excited to see it again in Lego form. But he really needed some leg printing, as well as some printing for his earpiece there. And then we're coming to the worst minifigure from the set, and that is the new Wookiee. So he actually has a new face print and a new torso print, but I really don't like either of them. The torso print especially, it's just too black with no other detailing to it. They should have thrown in some brown in it like the original one, as well as it has no arm printing, which is like one of Bookie's defining characteristics, which is a real shame. And then he reuses the generic legs, which I also don't think work very well. And he also has black hair rather than brown hair. So an extremely weird minifigure. Like if I saw that, I wouldn't think it was Bookie. It kind of reminds me of like a Death Eater from Harry Potter. So a big disappointing lineup for the minifigures when only 3 of them are new, and one of them is that Bookie. So yeah, overall I think a really disappointing set. And if I pick it up, I'll probably get it when it's on sale. And finally, we have the Marvel logo, which contains 931 pieces, and the retail price should once again be $99.99 or £89.99. So as the name suggests, we have a brick-built Marvel logo, and when I first saw this set, I didn't like it, but the more I've looked at it, the more I've kind of come around to it. I think the Marvel text itself looks really great and actually a really cool build. But yeah, the cuboid box set is a big disappointment because this looks so weird. I'm not too sure the size of this thing because I feel like if it was big, it would look pretty impressive and cool. But if it's tiny, it's going to be a big disappointment. So I believe a play feature it has that the minifigures actually come firing out of it. So maybe there's a button on the back which you push it and then minifigures come popping out, which at least is something there, but I feel like that's one of the things you do it once and then never do it again. So for minifigures, we get Captain America in his first Avengers outfit, which has been one of my most wanted Marvel minifigures for years. So I'm excited to finally see it done. But once again, he really could have done with some leg printing or dual molded boots, but at least he has a new torso. We also get Iron Man in the Mark 6, which looks pretty perfect. The Mark 6 is probably my favorite Iron Man suit, so getting an undamaged version is really exciting. Then we also get Thor, who has a new torso print, which looks to be his Endgame or his Infinity War print, but then he has like an inaccurate face and hair, as well as Mjolnir. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Infinity War, just with the wrong hairpiece, or if it's just like a really bad Endgame minifigure. We also get Black Widow, who is the same as in the Civil War set, and another reused minifigure. So a big disappointment. Then we get a new Hulk, who has a really nice torso print, and I like the face print, especially the angry expression. But he doesn't have any leg printing or dual molding, which is really needed for the Hulk, because it kind of looks like he's just in sweatpants chilling. So yeah, I think it's a disappointing minifigure, although the printing is quite nice. So overall, 2 really great minifigures in Cap and Iron Man, but the rest of them are just so weird and odd. As well as it's also not including Hawkeye again, which is a real shame considering it's like the original Avengers, except for Hawkeye. And they easily could have just reused the one from Avengers Tower, or given him finally a Ronin outfit. So that's another missed opportunity. And I feel like I've used the word disappointing like 100 times to describe these sets, but that's just how I feel. And this set, again, I do think is just like another disappointment. The actual Marvel logo build, I don't hate it. I just feel like it's just too expensive, and the minifigures just don't make up for it. So overall, I think the wave is just a bit of a letdown. I think the mechs are a highlight, which is crazy to say because I usually don't like the mechs. The Ultron and Anti-venom look amazing. And for actual sets, I think the Spider-Verse set is definitely the best, just a little bit expensive. But let me know, everyone, what are your opinions of these sets? Which ones will you be picking up and which ones are your favorite minifigures? As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.